is an interview. And, okay, first question. How do you feel your first day as a teacher?
I was a little bit nervous, but nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's still a job, so I had to treat it as such. But I mean, I was a little bit nervous, but nothing too extraordinarily overwhelming. It was a different change of pace from what I'd been used to, but I mean, it was okay.
Okay. What is the craziest thing you did as a child?
Craziest thing. So many things to choose from. Would probably have to say jumping a small car on a ramp and then flipping it like 3 times. That was something that I'm still not proud of, but I think that was the craziest, dumbest thing that I ever did.
Okay. If you were a student here at SEMA, with who would you hang out with?
That's a tough one because as a student in high school, I mean, I got along with everybody. I hung out with people that played sports. I hung out with the people that played video games. I hung out with the people that listened to rock music. So I don't think there's one particular group or one particular person that I would stick with. I was always like a social butterfly.
Okay. What was the most embarrassing thing you did while teaching?
I think the most embarrassing thing that I've done, well, it's happened to me. I didn't do it. I had a student a few years back in the university that had a crush on me, and she was leaving the classroom one day, or she had to leave or something. I don't remember what it was, and her notes fell out of her book, and it had all of her writings and her confessions of love for me, and they fell out, and I had to pick them up. So I felt a little awkward in that situation, but it was kind of embarrassing for me to read that, but I can't imagine how she felt. I think it was a lot worse.
I didn't expect that. If you could talk to yourself in the past, what would you say to yourself?
Buy stock in Apple, buy stock in Uber, buy stock in Facebook.
Okay. Why do you hate your birthday?
I've never been a big fan of birthdays. When I was a kid, my birthdays were not the best, and it's just something that a lot of people make a big deal about, and I've never really been excited about my birthday. It's just another day, another year getting older, and I don't look at it as something as I'm getting wiser. I just feel that I'm getting older. I don't like the thought of getting older.
Okay. If you could live in anywhere, like any place in the world, where would it be and why?
Bora Bora. I've never been. I've always wanted to go. But I think it would be there. It's an island in the middle of nowhere. No internet. Very little electricity. I think that would be the ideal place for me.
If a genie in a bottle comes and gives you 2 wishes, what would you wish and why?
My first wish would be for an infinite number of wishes, and then, well, from there, I think you get the point. I would get whatever I wanted.
Okay. What is the most difficult decision you have ever made?
Leaving my family behind when I moved away from home. I've always been very close with my mother, so that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done, is to be separated from her. But FaceTiming has made things a little bit easier with that. But that was probably the hardest thing.
And the last question, if you could have any superpower, which would it be and why?
Any superpower? That's a tough one. I think I would want the ability to manipulate time, because that's something that we never have enough of. So if there was some way that I could make more of it, or slow it down, or or speed it up in either case, I think that would be what I would want to do to manipulate time.
Okay, that was all. Thank you for your time, and it's good.
I enjoyed this interview because while I was filming, I realized that Mr. Shawn is a very good person.
In my conclusions, at first I thought that the interview was going to go wrong or that he wasn't going to answer the questions the way I expected. But as it went on, I realized that he's a very interesting person that cares about time, that cares about his family, and I also really enjoyed doing this interview.